Hi guys, I'm back from my car. Definitely went to my car, and I have my phone. So everything's good, guys.
I hate you.
Dina, I've missed you so much.
Same.
Let's fucking do this, Sean. Hit my music.
It's the Don't Make It Weird podcast with your hosts, Daniel and Dina.
Oh, hello there. Guys, did you know something? This is season 3, bitches, and we are back on the Don't Make It Weird podcast. We're your comedy, storytelling, writing podcast for the writing community, by the writing community, and guys, I'm joined by someone very special, someone very near and dear to my heart. I am joined, as always, by the electric, eager eagle of edible energy herself, Dina.
Did you know that your nipples are older than your teeth?
Go on.
Nipples are created in gestation before your teeth are, so they're older.
I would just like to say that I like and respect all nipples equally, and I am pleased by this information that everyone has nipples and they're all fantastic. Isn't that right, Dina? Uh-huh. Dina, are you about to just drink a margarita
Not everyone has
straight
nipples,
from the
buddy.
bottle?
Do some people not have nipples? No.
Okay, yeah.
Shout out Amelia Rose. By the way, this is the Costco margarita that I was talking about. I got the other day.
Straight from the bottle. No, hold on. Did you drink that straight?
No,
Don't pour it. No,
I don't
don't
wanna
pour.
accidentally
Dina,
buffalo.
don't
You
pour
need
it.
ice.
Just fucking drink it.
Are you
straight
not
from the
pouring
bottle.
that over ice?
I forgot to get iced, so.
Oh my god. Room
So for
temperature margarita.
No, it's cold. I just got it out of the fridge.
Oh,
It's
thank
not
God.
cold enough unless there's ice in there, Dina.
I know. It's okay though.
It's
All right,
Florida, so you know it was warm as soon as it left the bottle.
It was a little sweaty.
So for the audience,
Sweaty balls.
Sweaty balls.
For the audio-only audience, Dina is currently fully nude, holding margarita cans over her bits and drinking straight from a bottle. So just, I wanted to paint this picture for you guys.
Hey
Dina,
guys,
Yeah?
can we cheers for a second?
So there's cans and bottles. Sure.
I have news.
Yeah. Oh, is it about your hair looking on point?
No, my hair was looking on point yesterday when you canceled our recording, and today it got rained on. So
That's fair. All right, tell us the news, Dina. What do we got?
I am officially weaning, so I don't have to pump. So we can go as long as we want.
This is what we celebrate as adults.
Shout out.
And guys, if you've been hearing a third member of our team, another voice, a handsome, sultry voice, it's because we have the only adult in the room. And normally I like to make up my own songs about Sean, but I found a song that just perfectly encapsulates our feelings for each other. So I still hear his voice when he sleeps next to me. I still feel his touch in my dreams. Forgive me my weakness, but I don't know why. Without Sean, it's hard to survive. Because every time we touch, I get this feeling. Every time we kiss, I swear I could fly. Can't you feel my heart beat faster? I want this to last. I need you by my side. Producer Sean, everyone.
Found it.
You're muted, bud. Yeah, no one knows this beautiful reaction. He's overcome with emotion. He can't respond right now. He feels what I feel. I feel very comfortable. Yeah. No, I'm good.
Oh, okay, good.
That's Daniel's wife after sex.
3 words.
That was a good one, right?
Shit. Fuck. Can't come back from that one. Sean, you're looking good. You're looking handsome today, man. Just on point. I want you to know that you also just look good.
He's talking to the eggs, everybody. How are you, Dina?
He doesn't.
I'm good. How are you?
I want them so bad.
Doing really well. It's nice to see you.
Hey, do you? Oh my God, you do. You smile with a frown.
You smile with a frown.
I can't do it.
Hold on, let me try this.
Now I'm
yeah.
really gonna smile with a frown.
Have you ever heard of that? That's a thing.
Apparently. Now
Yeah,
smile
and
upside
now-
down.
think of it.
Yeah, now Sean is gonna be self-conscious about a
Can't
smile
do
for
it.
the rest of his life. So congratulations, Dina. You've just created a new tick for Sean.
No, it looks good.
Your upset
Thank you so
face
much.
looks so nice to
Your
us.
smile
Sean.
is a frown. It looks great.
Yeah, who's the sick one in this scenario? Is it Dina or Sean? Because Dina's into the frown.
Sweet Jesus. Okay, you guys,
Okay.
before we go any further,
Yeah?
I would just like to remind everybody that we honor some drinking rules around here. First and foremost, we are observing Buffalo rules, which means we drink with our offhand. We are all right-handed, which means we all drink with our left hand. If you catch us drinking with our right hand, let us know in the comments below or tweet us at DMIW Podcast on x.com.
No, fuck that. We're not calling to X, Sean. We're not selling out.
You can catch me on Threads.
Also, there are certain buzzwords and phrases. If it's heard, you'll hear this buzzer. That means someone said one of those things and it's time to drink.
And guys, listen, this episode is going to be so much fun, man. Us getting back into it. And, we're going to be discussing writing outside your genre. We're going to be getting super truthful with a little truth or dab here. And, Dina, I believe you've got another story for us that we'll get to in just a moment. But before we do, guys, turn on the hot water. It's time to hop in the shower with Dank. Sean, can you play some shower music for me? Thanks, buddy. So Dina,
Don't address me when you're in the shower. No.
Dina, we're trying to be
me
very
while you're in
serious
the
and mature
shower.
right now. Dina, we're trying to be very serious, very mature.
Okay, what's up?
Would you say you've been in a fair number of orgies in your life?
All the time. Had one last night.
What's a fair number?
0.
More than 3, less than 10.
Have you?
No, but Sean is our orgy expert. Sean, would you also say that you're very well familiar with orgy etiquette?
Sean, your hair looks nice today.
That's what I'm trying
Thank
to
you
say.
so much. Thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much. Anyway, do you want to move on to Dina's TikTok
No,
conspiracy
okay,
corner?
I have a
I'm
question
so
'cause
ready.
it's
Oh
been
my god, this
bothering-
is a good one.
No, Dina,
Daniel,
this is
you
really
know that
bothering
you're
me.
the only one who has had group sex, and by that I mean you sat in the corner jerking off while everyone else did everything.
It still counts. So
This is just a frown. It's not a smile.
This is a legitimate frown.
smiling frowns. We got our episode today, guys. But what do you guys think happens after the orgy ends? Like, what kind of conversation do you have with people? Like, because there's like an etiquette to leaving like
You
any
go
social
home.
gathering or party. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But like, do you go say bye to everyone? Do you say like, hey, I'll see you next time? Like, what's the orgy
Do
etiquette?
you have to like
in
check
leaving a
in to make
social
sure that
situ-
everybody's finished?
This is the important question.
Someone
Sean,
goes
what do you
around with a
think?
clipboard. Yeah, someone goes around with a clipboard and checks off everyone's name. It's
Were
like
you satisfied
attendance,
with
you know
your
what I mean?
experience?
So like everyone who did a here at the beginning of the experience has a chance at the end to say whether or not they were done doing the deed. Also, there has to be that awkward thing where everyone's like, has anyone seen my underwear? And everyone's like walking around in circles. Like, who knows where your clothes are?
Yeah.
Also, there's got to be like weird small talk while like someone's partner is waiting for someone else to find their clothes. So they're like, so how about them Celtics, huh?
That game last night, that was
Up
wild,
2
man.
games. Yeah. Pretty wild.
like-
and they're just standing there naked.
Yeah, and
Great.
like, are you the rude one if you're the first person to leave the orgy? Like, what's the time frame here?
I feel like
Or-
you got to kind of
Do you get a snack after?
Gotta
If
keep
you
the electrolytes
don't,
up.
I'm out.
Yeah, there has to be a good spread. Like, what's the
A
point of an
snack
orgy
or a
if you
cigarette?
don't? Yeah,
Or I'm out.
that's Sean's deal breaker. It's none of the rest of it. Is there snacks? Also, a good question. Do you bring snacks to an orgy? Like, what is an appropriate orgy snack?
You definitely do, because in the Magicians in that orgy scene, they had good food.
So, okay.
There's like a craft services table, but it's off to the side. No one wants
For
crumbs in
real.
the bed. Don't eat goldfish crackers unless you're going to go off to the snack table on the side.
Like, is it just like
Do
one
you-
giant like pineapple spread? Like, is it just like, hey, listen, guys, we're not saying you need to eat
You gotta
pineapple,
have
but,
some like caprese skewers, right?
it's like a
That's
pretty-
fancy.
Yeah,
You don't
everything's
want
on a
this to be a
skewer. No one
messy
wants
meal.
anyone to actually touch the food. Like,
Yeah, it needs to be like, this needs to be hands-free, like non-messy
No
options
tuna.
here. Oh, no tuna.
No tuna.
Oh, no tuna. No, you do not bring tuna
Maybe
to an
some
orgy.
quiche. No, quiche will have crumb.
Do you bring a nice quiche to the orgy?
I don't like the idea of crummy foods in that situation.
I could just imagine. It's like, this is my wife.
Like just
she brought the
charcuterie,
quiche
man.
today.
Cheese and cured meats and fresh fruit.
Grapes for sure.
Grapes, yeah.
And strawberries. Do you have a fondue fountain?
Ooh, you see, I feel like injuries could happen. People can get too excited, try to incorporate.
If you're in an orgy, do you really care about that?
The situation.
Yes, you're there for pleasure, not pain, Dina. What kind of weird
people do crazy stuff with chocolate and cheese, bro? Flip that. That's true. That's for TikTok.
So guys, I need you guys to dim the lights. Leave your disbelief at the door. Play some spooky mood music because it is time for Dina's TikTok Conspiracy Corner.
Okay.
Woo! You guys, we lost our budget for season 3, so we don't have sound effects anymore.
We've got full immersion. This is great.
So Google Maps is in cahoots with the government and all of the big petrol companies. And they, when like you select like the fastest route or the most fuel efficient route, sometimes have you ever noticed that like if you go your own way instead of following the GPS, you get there faster than the GPS said, even on the fastest route. So the theory is that Google Maps is adding time to your route and making you go up a direction that will take just a little bit longer. Not enough to notice, but just enough so that you're using more gas so that you're spending more money on fuel.
Oh shit, that could actually be
First
a real
of all, can
one.
I just say how thankful I am that you can I just say how thankful I am that you didn't say Google Maps is not real.
I thought we for sure this is gonna be
this is
all one elaborate illusion.
Google Maps, and then you paused and I was like, oh god, she's gonna say it. And then you said what you said, and I'm so thankful. Second of all, yes, every single day I go off route. First of all, I use Google Maps every single time I go anywhere, and people think it's because I rely on GPS, and that's not true. It's because I want an ETA, and I want to see traffic estimates. It's not because I need the directions. So I often go off the directions that Google wants me to take, and taking my daughter to school, I take an alternate route that's longer, technically mileage-wise, but it takes less time because there's less traffic on that route. And every time it says less time on the ETA to get there, even though it told me I was on the fastest route before.
Wow. All right. So this is okay. So does this extend to like Apple Maps, Waze? Like, is this a full on like all
definitely
of them are
Apple Maps?
Well,
there's
Waze
questions
is owned
about
by
Waze.
Google, so.
Oh, I didn't know that. So then, yeah, it would include Waze.
Wait. Okay. First of all, I didn't know that. I believe you, but I didn't know that. So Google Maps competes against itself with Waze?
A lot of companies
feels like Walmart and
cannibalize their own
Wayfair.
products. They buy their competition, so they're not technically competing. Whoever does better wins in the end anyway. It's the only difference is I think that there's more options and ways to report stuff on the road and stuff like that. So I think what they do is take the data from Waze and put it into Google Maps. So like they have location data, they have accidents, construction, speed traps, all that stuff reported to Google Maps by community gathered data from Waze.
Okay. So we're saying that every GPS is under Big Oil's thumb. Is that a fair?
Yep.
You know what? I know we don't normally
I believe this one.
But this one makes a lot of sense. You know what? I'm gonna put on the tinfoil hat. I think this one's a real one. Sean, what about you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm in. I'm fully in. The evidence speaks for itself.
So there we go. We are either fully embracing conspiracies here on Don't Make It Weird, or we've stumbled onto a real truth and
next time,
reporter in
Flat
the field.
Earth.
Oh, that's another very factual one. So yes, I'm with you on Flat Earth. I'm very excited about that. So Dina, now that we've given a great truth to the audience, I think that it is important that we get onto a segment that we in no way stole from anyone else a completely original segment, don't look up the We Have Issues podcast. Don't, check out Anthony and Stevie and their amazing art and comic books and Deathless and all their incredible work that they do. Don't do that, okay? Just trust us. Just trust us. Because it's time for the Accountability Buddy segment where we hold ourselves accountable for all the amazing progress we are making in our writing. Dina, where have you been at? What have you been up to?
Honestly, I gave up on my Discerners Trilogy. I have not been writing book 3 at all. Don't care about it. Maybe I'll come back to it. Maybe I won't. I don't know.
Book 2's coming out soon.
Should.
You guys should totally pre-order the book in the series that she doesn't care about. You should totally do that. There's no promise
if you guys pre-order it, then maybe I'll write book 3. Right now, I kind of feel like nobody really cares, so I'm like, I'm not going to really invest a lot of time because
disagree.
Shut the fuck up, Daniel. Because I actually started writing a memoir which sounds so pretentious, about my time in the cults, and it is super pretentious, and it's actually been super, super fun, and I'm like actually super excited about writing right now. I'm like 30K in.
That's incredible. And first of all, that's the part of the writing journey, man. You write what you enjoy. Like, no one says that you have to, unless you're under a, 6-figure contract from a big publisher, that you have to just stick to one project at a time. A lot of famous authors, man, they're working on multiple books. And, I think it's kind of, you find that wave that's interesting to you. And God knows that you've had, if you've been following Don't Make It Weird, I think we can agree that Dina's had an exciting life.
She's been reliving her traumas through this memoir.
Honestly, I thought that I was over a lot of it. I'm not. So that's been fun.
Have you been doing a lot of random crying?
Just relive the anguish?
No, but I've been doing a lot of random stalking. Like online stalking.
That's fair.
Trying to find where people are.
Oh, honey.
See what they're up to. Get the where are they now? Yeah. You know what? I
actually want to.
I think we can follow. Before we get to that, I think that's a good follow because I would love to know a little bit more in a future episode. Maybe like a little teaser for your memoir about where some of the characters of your life have ended up. So I think that's John. Can you just go ahead and save that?
Bunch of people have cancer. Honestly.
Fuck, Dina. Jesus. Thank you for that. Yeah, okay. I don't know how to segue on that one. But so as far as my writing, I've got my first dev edit notes back for my second book in the Cryptic Protection Agency. And now I actually just need to follow the advice of my editor and actually do things that are writing related. I'm not sure I remember how, though.
John, I thought you just hit accept all. I thought you just boop.
Yeah, but see, she's learned. She's learned, so she doesn't give me suggestions. She just asks questions. So now I actually have to answer it.
What a clever bitch.
Just accept all. I know, it's bullshit, man. She'll be like, hey, so do you think that that's the best way you want your character to react to this situation? I'll be like,
fucking hell, Ashley.
Fuck. I know. She got around my accept all, and it's ridiculous that I actually have to dumb. Fine. Makes me a better writer, and she's an incredible editor, and I will finish this book kicking and screaming one way or another. Sean, what about you, bud? What you been up to besides those incredible deviled eggs?
Let's see. Nothing. Nothing at all. Actually, I redesigned our logo.
Hey, that's right. Season 3, we got a new logo.
Yeah. So I'm pretty pumped about that. Also,
Looks
I
really
am
good.
producing episode 200 of We Have Issues live.
Let's go.
Pretty soon. I don't know if this will air before that. Probably not. But yeah, doing a little prep for that. But
very exciting. Those guys are the
I wonder what it's like to have a show that consistently records. That's so cool.
Yeah, that's gotta be such an exciting thing. But hey, at least Levi has motivated me to record again because that's the only way I'm going to get someone to read my book. So I'm okay and open to bribes. What are you just eating straight with your finger there, bud?
Tahini.
tahini
the
with
summer
her margarita,
margarita
but
just-
like on the side though. She's like,
So
Yeah,
instead of
'cause I
putting it on
didn't
the
dip my
brim,
cup.
but you still want the experience. You know what? I love it.
Tahini
love
is
it.
the
Yeah.
best margarita rimmer.
Yeah.
Rimmer,
So
yeah,
for
best
our
rimmer.
audio only listeners, Dina
tahini
actually
just won
like
the best rimmer award.
that's why she gets invited to all the orgies.
And Dina knows about rimmers, y'all. What were we talking about?
Nothing now,
Something
man.
like that.
I'm distracted.
But
now.
you know what? We also need a couple more follow-ups here, Dina, because you've really let us down. Number one, the folks want to know what's going on with your Neopets.
Oh, yeah, she's dying because all that I do is log in and collect my Trudy surprise and my bank interest for the day because I want to be like a quadrillionaire. So I'm just collecting a bunch of cash and I haven't fed her at all because I don't want to go buy food.
How long can your Neopet survive on you just killing it slowly like this?
My approximation based on when the last time I logged in before this was 10 years.
Do they actually
good, so you
die
got
though, or
plenty
is
of
it like a
time.
I don't
Tamagotchi
think
where they're
so.
always on the brink of death, but they'll never actually die?
I think it's that. I think that it's just like dying and they look like, and they're crying and like in a puddle of waste. But
But if
I
they don't
don't think
actually
they
die,
die.
there's no stakes, so who cares?
So
yeah, I just want my money.
so just so I can get this straight, your immortal pet that cannot die is living in a constant state of starvation and in its own filth that it can't. Okay, is that accurate?
Yeah.
Also, you can make money off of the Neopet.
I mean, no, like I go in and
She
like
makes
they have
bank
like
interest.
yeah, you have to collect your bank interest manually. Otherwise you don't get it. Otherwise I would be a trillionaire by now. And then I go into this thing called Trudy Surprise. It's like a jackpot, like a slot machine kind of. And I just collect the money off of that. You can play it once a day and you get like $18,000 usually. So I just
God bless capitalism. I see no problem with this. I think this is perfect.
Love it.
Perfect. And then also, Dina, one more time, since I know you're very, very excited about it. Pre-orders are out now for Something Special 2 to Something 2 Special. When's it coming out?
September 19th, 2024. I get to actually
Let's go.
celebrate my book this time instead of being pregnant and stupid.
She means get drunk, everybody.
You
Just
getting
so
Yeah.
drunk?
just so it's clear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very clear.
Yeah, unless
I think I'm gonna get a
trip and
cake with
fall.
my book cover on it.
I love it. I think that's a good idea. I have cookies with my book cover, and I support this. So,
With
you know what? I'm all
whipped
in. Whipped. Sean, can you say whipped for me?
Whip. Cool whip.
Whipped. Cool whip.
Cool.
Cool whip.
Whip. Dina, now that we already know that you're an orgy expert, would you say that you're a tease?
Look at the pickle. Shout out Shannon.
Shout out, sing pickle be praised. Dina, why don't you tell the folks a little bit about give them a little something, a little tickle, a little taste of the fine spread of the proverbial orgy, and tell them about what our story time is this week.
Today's story time is going to
Slathering
be about
the
my
nip topping.
second arranged marriage. I actually have to look it up because I don't remember which dude I'm supposed to
The
talk
fact
about.
that you've had more than one arranged marriage, it just speaks a lot. Did they offer? You know what? I'm not asking questions right now.
This
We're
is
teasing.
what the people chose, okay? There
Yeah.
were some spicy options. There was even a story that mentioned a horse, and that would have fucked us. And
Yeah,
that
would have.
could've been.
I
So,
would have.
Yeah, that would have sucked. But thankfully, we've got another segment while we wait that I'm sure won't fuck us at all.
Oh man, I shouldn't
Sean-
have started drinking yet.
Sean, I hear. Is there a sound? Is there sound in the distance?
Is there a
Is that
sound
the
in
sound of
distance?
galloping
Oh,
horse
I see
hooves?
what you're doing. Okay.
Oh. Voicemail.
Voicemail,
Dina-
Sean. Do we have
Dina,
mail?
could you show a little more enthusiasm, Dina?
Yeah,
Jesus.
Dina, listen.
Everybody
I
missed
need-
my
I need
horse
to-
thing, so that's 2
Voicemail.
drinks.
Oh God.
What?
damn it.
But okay, here's the okay. Pause. I was trying to be enthusiastic, but my son sleeps in the room on this wall, the blue wall right here. That's the room he sleeps in. And if he wakes up, I'm going to fucking kill myself, okay? I got to drink twice.
Got you. I just was trying to have my fingers up in solidarity.
Thanks.
Yeah, I got your back. So Sean, I'm so excited. What could possibly be in our voicemail today?
Voicemail. I risked it. Risked it.
There it is. You took the risk. I'm proud of you.
Hello?
Hello?
I believe the time vortex has made things a little wibbly wobbly.
Yeah.
Am I reaching Dina and Daniel and producer Sean?
Yeah, that's us.
If not, I hope this message reaches you in the future or the past. I may have lost track. Perhaps it's the present. I maybe had a few too many yellow jelly babies, and I'm certainly spinning off like wild horses. I just wanted to tell you, here in the year 17,999, that the Don't Make It Weird podcast is one of the most famous programs in all of time and space. I know that sounds rather incredulous. In whatever year this may be, I believe you're on your 389th episode, with all of those serious authors, with their serious author hats, and all those wonderful cilantro people. Do you have the cilantro people yet in your timeline? Or have I not taken care of them with coriander? Well, if you have not, you best get off your feet and deal with that soon. I can't fix everything, but I would like to thank you, Daniel, Sean, and Dina. Wonderful, beautiful voices resonating people of the Don't Make It Weird podcast. That's all of us from the year 17,643 million. I'm slowly losing the time continuum here, where we need to tell you quickly, there's a very important thing. Listen, I have to be able to get you from here. Lena! Lena, get K9! I need
That's where I know the voice.
tell them!
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
Wait, that's not it? That's not it?
That has to be it. Oh, God. Sean, what happened?
He didn't tell us!
There's 10 more reincarnations. He'll tell us eventually.
Shit. All right, guys. We feel comfortable with this. We're gonna be okay. I mean, listen, I'm very excited about our 398th episode, Sean. I feel like we're really doing good there, man.
I mean, at this rate, it'll be in like 12 years. So we have some time.
Yeah, I mean, he never specified when the episode happened. So, I think that plays. I'm with you, man.
I'm just happy it happens.
Yeah, same here. 100%. Sean, I want to play a game with you. Can we play a game?
I want to play a game. All right, everybody, we're going to do Truth or Dab tonight. Truth or Dab.
Did I just dab? Did I do it right?
Sorry. Yeah, you did. Well,
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. We're going to use the cards from this Hot Ones branded game, Truth or Dab, except it's going to be Truth or Drink. And I don't know about you guys, but I prepared some pretty wild shit to drink. I'm not just going to drink what I'm already drinking, which is Corona Extra, not a sponsor.
Yep.
All right, in Truth or Dab, each player is asked a question in turn. If they answer, it must be honest. If they refuse to answer, they must take a drink. And today, I'll be starting with Dina. Oh, that one's too easy. Who's the grossest person in the room? I mean,
fuck you,
Daniel.
Why did you make an assumption?
I think we know. I think everyone knows, Sean.
Why'd you say fuck you? I didn't even say anything.
It's kind of like you're an asshole, you're right, but you're still an asshole. Like, it's that.
You're not wrong, Walter. You're just an asshole.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
All right, Dina, when was the last time you were rejected and how did it happen?
Like, sexually?
I mean, there's a lot of ways to be rejected.
Yes,
Is that
yes,
the way?
that right.
Is
Yep,
that the road you want
that's
to go
the
down?
one.
The time that guy said that I wasn't hot enough to date him.
And how'd you
Heard
react?
that story.
Yeah.
It was in episode.
Cried. I cried.
I really wish we'd followed up on the last one we rejected sexually, but I can understand why you wouldn't answer that as well.
Could you imagine if she went through all the trouble of like showering and putting new sheets out and
Get fucked.
Like, it really has to be Pavlovian. Like, anytime like Tim hears the shower running, he wonders why he suddenly is aroused. Like,
Listen, I like to be clean.
I like to be clean to be dirty. Daniel,
yes,
if you could be something other than human, what would it be?
duckbill platypus.
Of course.
You want to add some color to that answer, or just leave it there?
Nope, right there. Because they're fucking weird animals and they're awesome and they're kind of cute but also poisonous, and they're one of the only animals, I think,
Shut
the
up,
only
no, they're
mammal to
not.
lay. Yeah, they are, and they are the only mammal that lays eggs, and so I feel like that's a pretty unique animal.
I think that Dina would agree that the duck-billed platypus is proof that God has a sense of humor.
I'm okay with that.
I mean, I think that every time I look at Daniel, but
Yeah, that's also very true. Can you imagine like Noah and Noah's Ark? He's just like, all right, giraffes, yeah, check. Elephants, check. Monkeys, the fuck is this thing, man? Like,
I feel like a beaver just fucked a duck on the ark.
and God's just like, listen, this flood's happening.
letting
We're
this
bringing
happen.
this guy
Yeah.
along.
You know what? I ran out of ideas anyway. Let's see what comes of this. It's just. All right.
I love
for
it.
me, who here screwed you over and didn't invite you to their birthday, wedding, or some other event? You know, I've been thinking about this a lot.
Fuck. Yeah,
Thinking about this a lot.
Sean was the best man at my wedding, but continue.
I wasn't the best man at his wedding.
You were
I
the
was-
best man. You were co-best
I was-
man. Bestest mensch.
there you go.
It's so funny because he never put it that way until like 10 years later. How long has it been?
You gave a speech. You were the only other person to give a speech.
Did he tell you when he asked me to give a speech?
I'm sure I gave you plenty of fair warning and didn't tell you the night before. There's no way.
It was the afternoon before. He said, "Hey, just throwing this out there. Do you want to like say something at the reception, like do like a speech thing?" And I was like, "Sure." And then I furiously wrote a speech while me and another one of the groomsmen were like running around running errands for him because he also forgot to get his wife a gift.
What?
And
No,
we had to
no.
go get it. We
No,
had to go get
because
it.
I did I hand wrote a poem and put it in little milk glasses.
Yeah, you got the milk glasses, dummy.
Fuck, you're right. Man, I'm super irresponsible.
Josh and I went to like 8 different places to find vintage-looking milk bottles so that you could fulfill that gift. And he doesn't even remember that?
I
You know what? While
totally.
Josh was driving around while we were looking for these milk bottles, I'm like anxious as fuck writing this speech that I got no notice to write. Did you say no to the fucking groom if he wants you to say a speech?
If it's Daniel,
I am
yeah.
sure this was very well planned and that this was all part of the pre-wedding checklist.
By the way, I wasn't gonna say you for this card. I was gonna say Dina didn't invite me to Zebra's birthday, and I'm really
Sure.
hurt.
This is true. Dina, would you
Oh
like
my
to
god,
respond?
so I almost
I'm
did,
really
but I
would've
figured he
shown
just
up.
wouldn't come. No.
She said like 15 people
Sean
RSVP
always
yes and
comes.
didn't show up.
Yeah. It was
I-
cool, yeah.
Don't say yes and then don't show up.
Yeah, you just would have not. You just would have said no to coming.
It's the fucking principle, Dina.
Do you think that if you RSVP for an orgy, that like it's rude to not show up, or do you think like there's a more
I
understanding?
feel like you invite Uncle Producer Sean to the fucking first birthday of your child, whether or not you think they'll show up. Just saying.
You know what?
Would have been nice
This
to
is-
get a save the date or something in the mail. Just
know what?
saying.
I think that
maybe
Dina
a
needs
picture of the baby.
I
Just
think
saying.
Dina needs to
like,
do the first apology of the 3rd season. Do you want to hit the music, Sean?
I'm good.
Dina.
All right.
Wow.
So Daniel, have you ever come close to failing a class? Wow, this is
Many classes. Many.
We've got
Okay,
no
we're
dream.
gonna skip that one because this one is spicier.
Okay.
Read the last 5 items from your internet search history out loud.
You know what, Sean? Maybe I can just send it to you.
No, actually, I'd really rather you just read it out loud.
All right.
Since
Let's
we've
see what I can-
established you have your phone on you.
Yes, we do have the phone. All right, let's see. Every time we touch lyrics by Cascadia. My soccer club has rebranded, and we have the most cringy uniforms.
I didn't say add context. So.
Okay. Tokyo Boat Coupon and KK Glick. Looked up who KK
That's gonna be
Glick was.
KKK.
So
Panic.
is Tokyo Boat like a sushi restaurant you ordered takeout from?
Yeah.
And,
Really,
the
really
Jew
nice.
in him is like, I gotta search for a coupon before we order this.
Yeah.
Sushi's expensive, bro. In this economy, you can't just be doing it without
In
a
this
coupon.
economy?
$18.95,
Dude,
all you can
this-
eat. Florida, baby.
I don't trust discounted sushi, bro. I don't. If
Listen.
you want sushi, don't get discounted sushi.
That's why I get gas station sushi. It's fine. Also,
Fancy
interracial
pants,
little people. Adult
interracial.
erotica.
There.
Little people. Yeah, that was the 5th item.
Yeah, that was number 5.
I'd really like for one of us to drink during this exercise. It's
Same.
boring as hell.
I promise not to answer the next one.
Oh, Dina.
Hey Dina, what sexual activity do you consider totally off limits?
Oh, absolutely. Well, no, I can answer that one. No, I can't.
Yes.
I can't.
Yes! She's looking. You can't
Did
do
you
a
just
sexual
lick
lick of
Tahine?
Tajin before. Tajin, what that thing's called, man? I don't
fucking
know.
Dead. Tajin.
I want that one answered off air, so we're gonna, we're gonna bookmark this one, Dina, because I need
She's
to
not
follow.
gonna answer it. She's not gonna answer it.
What's the scene from The Office where it's like, did you do missionary? I said nothing fancy.
I don't remember.
Sean,
Anyway,
oh, fuck you then.
I'm sure someone will answer in the comments below. If you woke up tomorrow as the opposite sex, what's the first thing you'd do? Well, I've answered this before. In fact,
Touches
last
boob.
weekend I had it.
Yeah,
I
immediately.
no, not
Yes.
the first thing I would do.
Okay.
No, the charitable thing to do is let your friends run a train on you.
Is that a sex thing?
Oh, honey.
Meaning, yeah, that means you let them all fornicate on you.
So unlike like an orgy or group sex where like it's all happening at the same time, a train is one at a time, but like back to back to back. So it's kind of like choo-choo.
Why would you?
I'm gonna do solid for my boys.
Yeah, you look out for the homies, man.
No.
No.
Dang, Dina.
Every male's answer to that question is I would become a giant raging slut is basically
Pretty
the
much.
answer.
Pretty much. Okay, let's do one more round because this has been pretty awful for me.
I love
So
it.
I'm gonna have to scrap this whole fucking.
Absolutely not.
So shitty.
Oh my god. Dina, when was the last time you cried and what made you cry?
Oh, that's not gonna be a funny answer.
You can't add Mike Jones to try to make it funny.
2 or 3 days ago. I think it was.
I'm trying
I think
to
it was 3 to.
Sorry.
Do you want me to answer or no?
I
I'm gonna cry right
apologize for
now.
trying to save. Right now is the answer.
No. It was like I think it was 3, maybe 4 days ago. I went to go pump and I just cried because I didn't want to do it anymore. So I decided that I was gonna stop pumping.
Have you considered frowning as
And
a
her
smile?
son hasn't eaten in days as a result.
If she basically we've established that
I'm
Dina
sorry.
treats her son like her fucking Neopet is what we've established.
Dying.
Still alive.
I'm collecting bank interest on
I'm
him.
just kidding. Dina's a great mother. Daniel,
Yeah.
how much money do you have in your bank account right now?
It's too depressing. I'm going to drink.
All right.
Yeah, it's been pretty rough out here.
I can't look at my own question.
Should ask how much is on our credit card.
Ask how crippling my debt is.
Cause I have $30,000 in credit card debt. When they call, I tell them I can't pay it back yet. Credit card debt.
Not telling you that. Who in this room is probably better at oral sex than you are? Fucking nobody. And that
Wow,
is
threw
truth or
down the
dab.
gauntlet.
What the
shit.
fuck?
Oh shit.
Jesus.
All right, Sean. But you know what? I'm going to ask a spin on this question because I think
Props
that's
to
a good one
Kelly.
to end on. But yeah, fucking now we understand. Same question, but if your gender was reversed, who do you think would be the best at oral sex here?
Like if I was a guy, who would be the best?
Yes. Like so would you as a guy be better at giving oral sex
wait,
to
is
another
it only
girl?
genders that change, or is it also sexual preferences? I'm assuming we're all
Yeah, we're all
straight
staying
people?
I
in
assume we
the,
just like
you know,
swapped.
Yes, yeah.
Like a direct opposite.
Yes, direct opposite.
okay.
So
Does somebody wanna
wait.
go first?
No, you gotta finish this. So if I was a guy,
Would you be better at going down on a girl than Sean would at giving a blowjob to a man? Or me giving a blowjob to a man, since me and Sean are now both women?
I don't maybe not.
Dina, you're gonna have to
I don't
answer.
know.
What? Yeah.
Maybe not. No. I don't think so.
No.
Listen, I've never done it, but I feel
I
like
women
I'm
are complicated.
I'm extremely I'm extremely passionate about, you know, pleasing your partner.
Oral sex.
So
Mhm.
I feel
Yeah.
like I would be very, very good at it. Feel like
With the
I
gusto.
know my way around my own situation.
Yeah.
I can't, you know, I can't blow myself or anything, but
Not with
if
that
I could, I
attitude.
would. I mean, obviously. And I feel like I would know how to do it right, and I feel like I would have the perseverance
I mean, listen,
to do it. So
you know what? You have already thrown down the gauntlet, Sean, and said that you are the man at this. Our other friend Josh, who isn't here, is obviously the correct answer. But barring Josh being here, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go with Sean here. Men are a lot less complicated than women, Dina. So I'm with you on that front. You know, we're all like, it's a pretty. If
Men are
men are a
easy.
universal, yeah, we're a universal remote, basically.
Yeah.
But women
tickle
are
the
like the
pickle.
high tech. Yeah, just get a little tickle.
just
tap.
this
Is
thing
this,
on,
is this
you
thing
know,
on?
set the mood.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just really.
Men are
really
easy.
set the
No, I feel
tone.
like women. I just got tahini in my fucking eye. No, I feel like women are complicated.
I'm sorry, it's called Tajin.
Yeah, it's Asian.
Tajin.
Asian. All right. You know what? I think that's a good answer. Sean is the oral champion of Don't Make It Weird. For both genders. Undisputed. Yeah, I'm with you, buddy. Well, guys, that's been a very successful game segment that I think is invigorating and is very exciting to our audience. Sean, would you agree?
So exciting.
So you know what? We're gonna go ahead.
I'm going blind. I'm sorry.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Also, ladies, wear eye protection when you're doing the deed. All right.
We can't control this shit. It's like a fire hose, ladies. We're just looking
Also,
out
like
for you.
dudes like chicks in glasses. I don't know if you're aware.
Oh fuck!
Take
It is
notes.
hot. Yeah, girls in glasses are hot. It is. Especially if they're staring at me with disapproval, like Sean is right now.
God, disapproval.
Dina, don't kink shame me, okay?
Dina, how's your eye?
I doing
okay.
okay, bud? Doing all right?
Great.
Yeah, and she's going back in for more, despite her eye hurting her. She is.
Just
Dina,
snort
how
it,
many
dude.
times does it take for your family to learn a lesson? You were talking about this off air.
The 3 feet. I've been
3
in 3
times.
cults.
You have
So-
to join 3 cults before you learn your lesson.
Yeah. So my son fell out of the bathtub and he immediately tried to climb back out and fall back out again.
Busted his face open.
Oh yeah, it's really bad today.
Blood everywhere. It looked like a scene from Dexter.
Yep.
Yeah, it was really
We're not
bad.
pointing fingers at who was watching him. We're not pointing fingers.
Not
but it
me.
wasn't
That's for
Dina.
damn sure.
Was
If
not,
it weren't for Daniel, we would have seen Dina covered in blood yesterday. It would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should have been like Creed when he was like,
It's Halloween. That is really, really good timing.
That's convenient. Yeah, no, my family takes 3 times to learn lessons, and so apparently so does my son.
Yep. And right now she's only on Tajin #1 accident. So
No, that was actually 2. I spilled it all in my seat before we started recording.
we're at 2. So tune in, folks, to see if Dina hits #3. But we're gonna put on our serious author hats here for a second, and we're gonna talk about a little bit of what it takes to write outside your genre, and if we like authors that do, like how, the successful ones and unsuccessful ones, things like that. Dina, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so I feel like it's becoming really trendy for authors to try to get into romantasy, and like they're not typically romantasy authors, and they typically do hardcore fantasy, or they write mystery. Like they go completely off base and like try to like jump genres because they don't have an understanding of what other genres take. And that's not to say that everybody is like, you have to stick to one genre, but we all have like our specialty and our niche. And I think that you have to take time to fully grasp and like read a lot of the other genre that you're trying to hop to before you're able to skillfully make that transition. Like going from writing YA to writing a memoir now, like nonfiction, it's totally different. It's difficult, and it's like hard to try to find your voice within that genre.
And I mean, so like maybe just playing devil's advocate here, don't you think there could be something said to a fresh perspective on the genre by someone who's kind of like an outsider on it? Like for example, Joe Abercrombie is a really famous kind of grimdark fantasy author, but he says that outside of what he writes, he almost like exclusively reads nonfiction, and he said that like his kind of almost go-to would be a nonfiction author, but he kind of takes that historical nonfiction style and brings it to a fantasy genre. And so, he's kind of unique in it because he says he doesn't want to read stuff from his competition, a little bit of tongue in cheek, but like, what do you think would be the benefits of kind of being the outsider in a genre?
Well, I think that it depends on if you read that genre too. Like you still have to have an understanding of the beats and where everything lies. But yeah, like you're definitely not going to repeat ideas, and like you're not going to be risking telling the same story in a different, like with different character names and the same voice and all that. Because I know I've seen a lot of indie and self-pub authors that write so many different series, and when you actually read the series, it's the same exact characters, the same exact voice. They just change their names, and like that's really frustrating. And at that point, I would probably say that they should genre jump a little bit, like get some fresh eyes out here, like.
And that makes a lot of sense. And like, a really famous, even though it's kind of like a sister genre, I would say that the author of Fourth Wing is a good kind of example of a genre hop. I mean, even though I have a lot of feelings about that book, that can be a whole other podcast. She was a romance author that wrote like 12 or 13 books before getting into Fourth Wing. Is that right?
Something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah. And all romance, and then jumped into the fantasy elements. And what actually is funny, at least my perspective on it, and I'm not going to go into it, I'm not going to get triggered, but I would say the fantasy elements of that book are the strongest elements. That like I would argue that the romance elements are the weakest elements of that book. So she jumped into a genre and really excelled at the elements that weren't in her core. It wasn't just like, a smooth transition. Like, would you say that that's kind of accurate?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember another author that did something similar. Um, but well, not similar, but like the opposite. Who's the author of the Hunger Games series?
Suzanne Collins.
Yeah.
Suzanne Collins. All right, she genre hopped.
Yeah.
Her other books have kind of flopped, like not totally flopped, but they're not as successful, and it shows that she should have stayed in dystopian, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, listen, J.K. Rowling is a really good example of, and listen, we're talking purely about the writing, not all the other crap that's going on in her life, because obviously, fuck 95% of her personality on Twitter. But she wrote The Casual Vacancy, and she even originally put it under a
What?
different pen name. Yeah, exactly. She wrote a whole book in a whole different genre, and she even tried to do it under a different pen name because she was so confident of her writing ability and that she could do this. And it flopped, and it only somewhat picked up when it was actually revealed, hey, this is J.K. Rowling. But I know a lot of Harry Potter fans did not enjoy the book. And so, there's a little bit of an ego, I think, that can sometimes go into that as well,
I think that whether you've had success in a genre or haven't had success in a genre, that will play into it a lot. Like, she had success and she thought that made her the world's greatest writer, but obviously not. Like, sometimes this is what you should do, and sometimes you should jump and you should do like what Rebecca Yarros did, and she found a lot of success. But I also think that a lot of, like, sometimes people genres jump without having any knowledge of the genre that they're going to. They see it becoming popular. Go ahead.
I don't know. I was gonna say, and I honestly think that that's kind of really disrespectful because, we've talked about how my views have changed on romance novels, just by being in this show and reading the books and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But for me to hop in and be like, hey, listen, I think I'm a good writer and I do fantasy. I could jump in and tell a tale of two people boning. Like, I think that that's disrespectful to it. That if you do want to genre hop, which I'm all for people doing, kind of going off of what you say, like, you need to do your research. You need to understand it and not just try to jump in on a cash grab,
Yeah, a cash grab is key there. And like, we talked about it on an earlier episode about formula writing and growing as a writer. Like, I have I still agree with what I said before, but I have an understanding for it more now. Because there are certain beats that, as a writer, or as a reader, your brain is expecting. So the beats of romance, like, I'm focusing on romantasy, but the beats of that matter. And a lot of times people, they think that, oh, I can write romance, I can write romantasy. It's easy, it's popular on TikTok. It's a good cash grab. And they don't understand that there's beats that the readers are looking for, whether they know it consciously or subconsciously. They're still looking for it. It focuses on relationship, not just sex, and people think, oh, sex sells, and like they fixate on that, and they don't pay attention to the feelings aspect of it. Because when you're reading romance and romantasy, the sex scenes and like the romance of it all, they're focusing on feeling, not sex. And people miss that so often, and they think that they can just do like a quick cash grab, get popular in the romantasy genre, and then their other books will take off or something.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, it's something that when you've beta read for me before and given me feedback on some of my stuff, and it was something that I had to kind of change my mentality on, because in general, like, again, I'm a fantasy author. I don't really delve too much into the sexual, like, sex scenes and stuff. I mean, I know fantasy does that some, but like, my personal preference on my own writing style is a little bit more fade to black, where I don't like to get too graphic. I just want to go there. But like, there's been multiple times where you've said like, hey, this is a male gaze. No one cares about how shapely this girl is. And I'm not a, boobing down the stairs kind of author, but like, as a guy, I'm like, yeah, man, she took her shirt off. This is fucking awesome. But for everyone else, there's a more nuance to it where it's like, hey, listen, focus on this. Like you've said, it's focusing on the emotions. It's focusing on the other elements to it. And I think that helped me grow a lot as a writer. So I think there's definitely something to be said about dipping your toes and being willing to kind of expand into other genres,
But I also think that, like, You have to understand as a writer your voice as well. So not just like understanding the genre, but know your voice. So if you're giving us all these super poetic, high register, high fantasy words and verbiage, and then you're trying to go down to like a cozy romance or even YA, it's not going to fit. You have to change your voice and you have to understand your voice enough to be malleable for your genre. So again, back to the genre, like reading your genre, but also know yourself and know your ability.
So I guess I would say, if I just want to kind of sum this up and kind of wrap up a little bit of like what we've talked about with this, is that if you're going to genre hop, I mean, obviously you're an artist. Go do whatever you want to do, write whatever's interesting, like you're doing right now with your memoirs. Stick to what keeps you in your flow. But if you're gonna genre hop, be respectful of the genre. Do your research, do these things that make it an element, and don't just think, I'm great at this, I will be great at that. Would you say that's kind of a fair takeaway?
Yeah, I agree.
And then just whatever final thoughts and shots you might have real quick, Dina.
I don't really have anything else to add. Just don't be a dick and try to go for a cash grab just because you can, and read in that genre. A lot of writers are like, I don't read, haha, and they think like they're cool or trendy. You're not cool and trendy. You have to know what's popular in order to market yourself. You have to know what things sound like within that genre, because genres have sounds that you need to match.
And I love that. So I think that's a really good point, is respect the genre, make sure you're doing the research, and don't be a fucking cash grab. People understand what's inauthentic. Like we get that part. So I guess maybe that's just, we can tattoo that on this. So now we're going to take off our serious writer's hat, and it's time to deliver, Dina. It's time to stop being a tease and give the people what they want. Because you see, we're all about storytelling here. And every week, we aim to share an entertaining tale. So without further ado,
it's story time with Dinosaurus.
Okay, so I attended a Christian school for several years. Yeah, that was my high school.
Gasp.
Yeah, I know, crazy. And I was coming from a very strict cult background, the first cult. And within the cult, within the IFB, it's very common, actually, like expected, that your parents will pick your husband for you as a girl. And that was just how I was raised. That's what I knew. That was what was going to happen, even though we left the first cult into the second one. They weren't as cult because they had a conglomerate, because of the school, they had a conglomeration of many different backgrounds. So like the core was still very cult, but they had a lot of other people, insiders, outsiders, like a mixture of Christians. And so it was not commonplace to have arranged marriages there. And in fact, in the high school, there, like, nobody came from the same background as me. But there was this guy, he was the cutest boy in class. And
was he so hot?
He was so hot.
Wait, hold on. Was he a cutie patootie?
He was a cutie patootie with a rockin' butt. No, hottie patati with a rockin' butt.
Oh, sorry.
His butt on a scale of 1 to 10, Dina, what was his butt doing?
Not into butts. I don't know what his butt looked.
That's fair. So okay, so maybe he could quit, couldn't quit. You don't know. Okay, continue.
Yeah. He was a lifeguard. I know that much. So I think that my parents knew that I thought that he was cute, and he was a good Christian boy, not a cult boy, but like he was a good guy. He was a cool guy.
He's just a good guy. That's this guy.
And my parents sat me down and were like, "What do you think about? Give me a name. I need a name."
Richard.
Cornelius.
That's my brother. We're not going to use Richard.
Cornelius.
What do you think about Cornelius?
Pretty sure we've used that 3 or 4 times already.
There's no way. What about Eustace? Let's use Eustace. We haven't used Eustace.
Yes, Eustace.
What do you think about Eustace? Eustace. And I was like, oh yeah, like he's okay. He's alright. He's alright. Because girls can't have
I like young
emotions
Dina.
or feelings about boys. All right.
Yeah, quick
okay.
can't. Well, you don't like butts, so what do you like, Dina?
My dad. Dicks.
Dicks.
There's a lifeguard. I'm just here for the package.
And they were like, yeah, we'll keep our eye on him for you. And in cult talk, that means like, that's the one. Like, you're gonna marry this one, and we're gonna find a way to make it happen, even if his family didn't agree with arranged marriages or anything like that. We're gonna find a way to make it
arranged.
happen. Yeah. So, and like, okay, whatever, fine. Like, I didn't talk to him. I didn't fawn over him. He was just cute and nice. Like, that was it. I didn't actually have like a true crush on him or anything.
Swimmer's bod.
But I had this quote unquote friend that she like had been asking about our faith and our belief and everything. And I let it slip that my parents are going to pick my husband out for me. And she was like, what? Like, that's so weird. Oh my God. Who do they have picked? Do they have somebody picked? And I was like, oh, Eustace. Super casually. And keep in mind, I'm
just super cash.
I'm 10 fucking years old. She's 14 or 15. I don't remember. So it's pretty fucking weird. It's pretty weird. She was also not a friend.
No.
And yeah, we got into so many fucking fist fights. She beat the fuck out of me.
Jesus.
And she got mad one day when my mom failed her on her homework, and she told the entire school that my parents were going to try to marry me off to Eustace.
Ooh.
And yeah, and he was like 14
I'm sure
or
Eustace
15.
took that well. I bet he took that super well.
I heard that through gossip. Like,
yeah, he was so scared of me. And because I mean, you're 14 or 15 years old, and this 10-year-old is like, we're gonna get married. Yeah. And here's, oh wait, it gets better. Don't worry. That rumor is going on, and I'm like trying to like deny it. Like, no, like that's not how, you guys are misunderstanding. And obviously they're not. And like a few months or so later after that happened, I got his phone number because I did start to develop a crush on him. And this was back in the days of signatures on cell phones. And I was going to try to get his attention. So I changed my signature when I was texting him one night, just about homework, like nothing at all remotely personal. I changed my signature to DJ Got Us Fallen, the song lyric from DJ Got Us Fallen in Love Again, to No Control of My Body. He blocked me.
Yeah, he's still been blocked to this day. Is that right, Dina? Listen, 10-year-old Dina knew what she wanted in life. Okay?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's incredible. Dina, I'm so proud of you. You know what? You went for it.
Wait.
This is why the cult didn't work for you, because you couldn't just do the meek thing and be like...
That was the second time that your parents tried to arrange a marriage for you?
Yeah.
The first one involved goats. I remember that because that was my first question.
There was like an exchange of
livestock.
Farm animals.
Yeah.
Livestock.
But we didn't get the whole story on that one yet. That'll be on a poll.
Oh, good.
All right.
Not the only thing on the poll.
Just like Daniel likes it.
No control of my body.
Right.
Hashtag.
All right. No control of my body. Dina, let's give the audience a little choose your adventure action for a future segment of Storytime with Dinosaurus.
Oh, did I already write it down?
Yeah, it's already on the
I'm
rundown.
looking at it. It's in the rundown.
Right. No, I got it.
Rundown.
All right. It's a living document.
The one that involves no scrolling.
Next time we can choose from the razor mishap, fist fight at work, or Lord of the Flies.
All right. So, Sean, by our normal metric, which one's the most interesting?
Okay, first of all, fist fight at work has to be the winner because everyone loves a girl fight.
Yeah.
I mean, you like it stops the world.
It does.
If there's a girl fight happening.
And it's brutal.
So I feel like there's no way that the people don't select that, but knowing what we know, I feel like Lord of the Flies is talking to me because I feel like Dina got like sequestered on a desert island for some reason and suddenly found the conch and was leading like a brigade, like a tribe of other children.
That reminds you of a story.
Yeah, it's called Lord of the Flies. It's required reading in public schools. Unless you're in Florida, it's probably considered like sinful or something.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm with you. I think Lord of the Flies is the answer. Razor Mishap sounds too much like giant injury, which means it wasn't. And the fist fight, I mean, obviously I'm in for a girl fight at work and I want this, which means that Lord of the Flies is definitely the answer. So people, do the right thing. Pick Lord of the Flies.
Do the needful.
Do the needful. And guys, I'm so excited for this next segment. This is what the people want. This is what's bringing it back. Every week, we celebrate some of the worst erotic literature in history, often selected by the Literary Review, a British literary magazine, in a segment that we call Cringy Copulation. These are real excerpts from real books intended to be taken seriously, and this week's excerpt will be read by Sean and is from Space Raptor Butt Invasion by returning Cringy Copulation author Chuck Tingle. And I'm so excited for this one, guys, because you see, Chuck Tingle is a pseudonymous author, primarily of the niche gay erotica. His stories mainly take the form of monster erotica, featuring romantic and sexual encounters with dinosaurs, imaginary creatures, anthropomorphized inanimate objects, and even abstract concepts. In 2016, his short story, Space Raptor Butt Invasion, was a finalist for the Hugo Awards as a result of a coordinated campaign which he disavowed. And in the following year's awards, he was a finalist for the Best Fan Writer Award. So, Sean, buddy, can you check those DMs?
I don't remember Sean agreeing to this.
Yeah, so listen, I'm going to give you a couple notes because this is what I need from you on this reading, okay, bud?
Oh my god.
I need you to bring back the fan favorite Nicolas Cage voice while you read this.
Nicolas Cage? Oh, yeah. God.
Yeah.
It's going to be so bad.
I'm going to try.
Yeah. Give yourself a couple Nick Cage.
What's the whistle?
You ever think about what it would be like to fuck a human? I ask. My heart is now thumping ferociously in my chest, but I try to remain calm and even-keeled. Yeah, I mean, who hasn't? Orion offers. The thing is, I'm a pretty big dinosaur, and human women are just too delicate. That's T-O with just T-O, not T-O-O. Yeah. I would probably crush one if I tried. I let his words linger in the air for a moment, not sure if I could say what I so desperately want to. But it's now or never, I think to myself, taking a deep breath. What about a human man? I question. I can see the raptor's expression suddenly change as understanding washes over him. Yeah, I think it might be into that actually. Orion tells me. I mean, it's not gay if it's a dude raptor and a dude human, right? I ask. Totally not gay, says the dinosaur. The raptor would have to be in control, though. Dominating, even. Yeah, I sigh. My cock rock hard in my pants.
That's just part one. We got a part two, though. Yeah, there's a part two. It's a little shorter.
Are the dinosaurs wearing
that's
pants?
long enough. That's a very long... That's a very, very long...
That's what she said.
Excerpt.
Well, we gotta give the people what they want, Sean. We need a little bit
Daniel,
more.
You're not a representation of the people. You don't
the
get
people
to just
need,
decide what the people want.
The people need part two. This was just a tease.
The people have openly told you they don't like your ideas.
Name one idea that people don't like, Dina.
That's too hard. There's too many.
Stay tuned next week for part two of Sean reading this Hugo Award finalist.
I don't recall agreeing to that either. But,
I feel comfortable
We have
speaking
to
on your behalf,
schedule an
Sean.
episode for there to be a part 2, so we'll just never schedule an episode again. This is the end of Don't
I'm
Make It
comfortable
Weird.
with that.
So, Sean, would you agree that it isn't gay as long as it's interspecies?
First of all, I couldn't hear myself at all. Did I sound like Nicolas Cage?
Oh, God, you were spot on.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who, what? Where? Why?
Did you guys ever watch that cussing documentary he did?
Listen, no, but I want to.
Yeah, no, I'm
so
in now.
good.
Okay. Sorry. Bookmark that. Continue, Sean.
Hold on.
Add
I
it
can't
to
remember what it's
Plex.
called. The history of swear words, by the way. It's good, so I hear.
Yeah.
It's good. Go watch The History of Swear Words.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck, man, I gotta watch
I
National
think it's
Treasure real quick.
2024 and gender is fluid, and so fuck it. Let your flag fly.
I just
I'm
like
with
that
you,
he had
bud.
to specify it's not gay. I'm not gay.
Yeah,
I love
no,
how
bro.
it's the internal monologue, but it's also not an internal monologue. It's like this conflict that they're having with themselves.
Honestly, I thought
This
where
is
they
a
were
Hugo
gonna
Award
go.
finalist.
I thought it was gonna go with like is it gay if you're the giver? Like that's where I thought it was going.
Nope.
But we went
The Giver.
interspecies instead.
It's
Are
just two
raptors
straight
wearing
bros.
pants?
Yes, he was in a spacesuit. when you
Also,
first saw him.
isn't there a
it
penis
is a
thingy
space raptor.
inside? Like tucked inside?
Is this another cloaca question? I can't.
Yeah,
deal
if
with
you
this
need me
right
to
now,
call,
guys.
I don't
Can we
feel
call
comfortable calling
Stevie?
We're not
Stevie
calling
this.
Steven.
It's
a little
10:30.
late
We
to
can't
We're not
call
calling
him.
him. We're not doing that. Sorry, everybody.
Next time, guys, we'll bookmark this one to ask Stevie for the next episode
But-
when Sean does part 2.
No.
Part 2 is really short, Sean. You could give the people what they want right now.
It's not really short. I'm looking at the length of it right now. It's quite lengthy.
It's quite girthy, would you say?
Thick, earthy, yeah. Thick.
It's the opposite of Daniel in that it's not a tuna can.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, then fine. Fine. Sean
What?
wins this round. Yeah, don't worry about
A
it. It's
tuna
fine.
can.
It's just
You know,
tuna can.
short, wider than it is long.
Yeah.
That's
You
a
don't get it?
gross penis.
Hey, that is judgmental, Dina, and I don't like it. Okay? Do not judge a man's tuna can.
Do not shame him for his tuna can. Daniel does
Look
bring
like-
tuna to the orgy. And here
Oh,
we
no,
are,
bring
right
tuna
back
to
in
the
the
orgy.
beginning. Full circle,
Oh,
baby.
no.
Full circle. Well, we have gotten delightfully off the rails. So that means that, guys, if you want to be part of this tuna can discussion, maybe you want to talk about what you would bring to an orgy and when the appropriate. You know what? We should really ask Anthony these questions because I feel like you'd be the perfectly embarrassed guy at the orgy. So
Questions from the colony next week. We're
gonna have to bring in Anthony on this. But guys, give us your thoughts on orgies, on Dina's getting arranged marriage. Give us thoughts on dinosaurs' romantic interests. Whatever does it for you, we want to hear about it. And you can give us a call on our voicemail at 347-69-WEIRD. That's 347-699-3473. Guys, it's so good to be back. I missed you guys so much.
Are you gonna actually let us like schedule more recordings, or are you gonna
let's do
be?
this shit. No, we're doing this. This is
Are you gonna make a rundown?
Yeah, I'll make a fucking rundown.
No, you won't. I'm gonna do it again.
Sweaty
Yeah,
tuna
you're probably
can.
gonna do it again, Dina. But I'm gonna
Honestly,
have some
though,
really good
that's a
dinosaur
gross
erotica.
penis.
You know what? For all the shit I got offline from you guys about the other subject, this is bullshit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not saying
We're
it.
not gonna
Not
dive
doing
into
it.
it.
Sean knows
So
what I'm
Daniel,
talking about.
where
Yeah.
can they find us on the internet?
You know what? First question, Dina, where can the folks find you?
Can I go first?
Yeah.
You can find me
me
at
on
Say
Twitter.
Soldo.
Hey,
Oh.
hey, shut the fuck up, bitch.
Yeah.
You can find me on Twitter at DinosaurusD. That's D like these nuts. I've also started Threads because I missed Thomas Anthony Lay, and he's there.
Don't we all?
Dinosaurs DM my
Look at her blushing again. Look at you
love him.
blushing.
She hasn't smiled like that in so long, you guys.
That's
I
kind
haven't
of how I
smiled
feel
like
about
that since I
Fanny.
was gonna marry Eustace.
Eustace! Eustace! And you know what? I'm gonna also say that this episode is dedicated to Levi for throwing down the gauntlet to force us to record again. So Levi, this one's for you, bud. And you can find me on Twitter at DanQWritesThing. That's DanQWritesThing singular.
It's Donkey Kong
Donkey
Country.
I'm also on Threads, I think, under the same name. I hope I branded
You're
myself
not.
right.
You're not.
You're not.
It's your Instagram, and you have 2 Instagrams for some reason.
Oh, I'm
so,
Daniel Quigley,
yeah,
author.
It's unclear. Yeah.
Yeah, which one's which? Yeah, that's fair. Just look for me on Threads. We're probably gonna be friends. I'm down.
I post the same shit on both, so it's fine.
Yeah, you can find us on either one. Sean, where can the folks find you, bud?
You can find me on Twitter at ShaySoldu.
And what you having for dinner tonight?
I am having some hot, melty, gooey baked mac and cheese.
That is worth my lactose intolerance. I'm so fucking.
Are you lactose intolerant? Wow, I didn't realize you were such a
100%,
weaker
yeah,
species.
Yeah, you're almost as bad as a vegan.
Wow. Sean, can you
Not
bring that
worth
mac and
living.
cheese to the orgy, or is that too gooey? Like.
I feel like that's way too messy, man. You got to
Yep.
stick with charcuterie.
All right.
Cured
all right.
meats, fancy cheese.
The meat is greasy though. Just spit. The meat is greasy though. Like, do we want to
No
grease?
lube better than fucking salami grease.
If somebody's using salami grease as lube, we have a problem.
Oh, I mean, I don't think they would deliberately use it that way.
Yeah,
I
it's just like an
think that,
added
like,
spice to it. Yeah.
I think that people should be required to use a toothpick for the charcuterie board if it's in the orgy.
So there should be a lot of toothpicks involved to really.
Yeah, there's
I'm
just
with
like
you,
a bowl of used toothpicks on the side, so you like use one and then you toss.
What
it
if
out,
somebody
you know what I
likes to wear their clothes during like sex in the orgy?
Like a
Like, does
never nude?
everybody have to be naked?
Do you know?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
I don't.
Yeah, also,
no, I
but
don't
Dina,
wear
why
clothes
is this-
during. I'm just.
Dina,
Do you
Dina,
like to-
Dina,
So
would you like
okay,
to
I had
elaborate?
a mind map.
Oh my god,
Oh,
our
here
first
we
mind map
go.
of the new season! It's right at
Dina's
the
mind
end!
map.
Okay,
Just in
so I
time.
was thinking of break bills and the magicians when they have the orgy scene or whatever, and like they're all in like these Roman like esque outfits, and I was like, oh, they've got clothes on, so like, does everybody simultaneously disrobe?
There's
and then I was
nothing
like,
under the toga, by the
sure,
way.
I know that,
Nothing.
but like then I was like, oh, I wonder if, because I was thinking of clothes and Daniel was asking about the orgy, so I was like, oh, you know how he always wears his socks where it just covers the toe and not the heel?
Yep.
So I was like,
Mhm.
does he do that during sex? And then I was like, oh,
Yeah.
did you know that if a woman wears socks during sex, she faster? And
She what?
She what now, Dina?
she has
Can
an
you elaborate?
orgasm faster. So,
Is
and
that a
then I
thing?
was like, yeah, if you wear socks when you have sex.
Daniel's gonna like make Miriam wear 7
Yeah,
layers of
100%.
socks.
Yeah, no, that's I'm about to
You
buy
have
her
an
like a
orgasm
whole
faster.
fucking.
She
Yeah.
loves comfy socks. Just, oh, honey, you want to get comfy? He's like rolling more and more socks on her feet.
Listen, it's a fucking race, so I need as many socks as possible to make sure that she can catch up in time.
So then, Jesus Christ, Lord help me. So then I was like, oh, socks are just like a stepping stone to somebody that like doesn't want to be naked during sex. And then I was like, if you're like that, when how does that work in an orgy? Are you just like, no, don't take off my clothes? Like, how does it? And yeah, that was the mind
Like
map,
if you're a
that's
never
all.
nude, like if you're
Yeah.
Tobias Funke at an orgy.
Yeah. God, I need to read pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the orgy would be pretty, like, as long as the material would not cause uncomfortable friction with your partners, I feel like there'd be an open-minded people. That would be my guess.
I feel like Daniel probably has a grape leaf over his ball bag.
Hey, man, if it's good enough for Adam, it's good enough for me. I'm making all the biblical jokes just for Dean. Oh, we got a snort. Yes, my best joke of the day. I will fucking take it. I will take it.
That was good.
On that
the song,
note,
Daniel.
jazz hands.
Don't Make It Weird, with Daniel Quigley, Dina Soros, and Sean Holden. Produced and edited by me, Sean Holden. Theme song by Amaria. Incidental music and sound effects provided by VoiceMod, as well as the YouTube audio library. You can rate and review this show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Good Pods, and wherever else you download your podcasts. Got a question for Daniel or Dina? Call the Don't Make It Weird hotline at 347-69-WEIRD. That's 347-699-3473, and leave us a message. It could be featured on a future episode. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to Don't Make It Weird on YouTube for the video presentation, or on your favorite podcast app for the audio-only version of the show. Thank you so much, and we love you.
Don't make it weird. Was that okay?